was a role without dimensions, nuance, or a story arc. The punchline. When I looked for actors like me on stage or screen, for a role model who could show me that my dreams were possible, all I saw were able-bodied actors winning awards and praise for inhabiting bodies like mine. But of course, they could cast these personas off and walk away as soon as the director called, "Cut!" Not once had I seen a disabled actor on screen. We were invisible, excluded from telling stories about our own experiences. It was then that I realised that our world does not make space for those of us who navigate it in a wheelchair. And so, that dream faded, and I left acting where it belonged, inside the walls of my high school drama room, written off as just a phase, until I received an email that changed my life. The email was from a producer, Liam, who explained that he was working with SBS on a groundbreaking comedy/drama series, initially called Let Me Help, but later known to all of you as Latecomers. It followed the lives of two leads, Sarah and Frank, as they navigate the turbulent waters of love and sex as young adults with cerebral palsy. Two of the show's three creators, Emma Myers and Angus Thompson, also had CP, and Liam made it clear that Sarah and Frank would be played by disabled actors. I was floored. A show where disabled voices called the shots? Where our stories were told not in a way that was tinged with pity, but with the gritty light and shade of our real lives? A TV series born of lived experiences, and which saw these characters as full people with rich inner lives, expressing the same needs, desires, dreams, and struggles as everyone else? Finally! I'd only been waiting my entire life. The production team wanted to know whether I'd be interested in taking part in what they called a read-through, which was a workshop designed so that Angus, Emma, and their acclaimed counterpart, the hilarious Nina Oyama, could hear the lines they'd spent months slaving over, spoken by real people. The read-through would show the writers which scenes and dialogue were working and which weren't. All the actors would be given space to share their thoughts and notes on the script, but the invitation did not mean we would necessarily be involved when filming started. My heart stuttered in my chest as I read the scripts Liam had sent over. Were they kidding? Of course I wanted to be a part of this. The chance to play Sarah, even for a couple of hours, felt incredibly special. I could already see the moment, months away, when I'd be sitting down to watch the show with my family and friends, marvelling at whoever the lead actress was. How much she was killing it. How important it was for her to carry this story for our community. A story that even in this raw form, I could quickly see would revolutionize the way disabled stories were told. The idea that I might play Sarah wasn't in my mind at all as I turned up to a PCYC and took my place with the other actors. I was packing up my things, getting ready to meet Mum outside, when a shadow fell across the white desk in front of me. I looked up, coming face to face with the piercing blue eyes of director Madeline Gottlieb and the kind yet sharp gaze of the head of casting, Danny Long. Figuring they just wanted to introduce themselves or thank me for coming, I remained calm and smiled. Then Danny opened her mouth, and in a no-nonsense tone that left no room for argument, said, "You're auditioning for the show." I froze, waiting for them to start laughing. This had to be a joke, right? When no laughter came, I snuck a look at Mads, whose face was earnest. She nodded ever so slightly, as though she knew I needed a small push, some reassurance that I could really do this. "What? Why would I do that?" I heard myself ask, in a voice that sounded shaky and confused. Danny smiled as she said gently, "Because you can act." I stared at her. "I can?" She nodded, and something inside me laughed. The little girl who'd always wanted to try working in front of a camera then gave me a playful shove, and suddenly I was saying, "Okay, what do you need me to do?" "I would have to put together an audition tape," they explained. "Okay, cool. Just one question. How do I do that exactly?" Once I'd worked things out, I enlisted Mum to help me run through my lines. We tried not to break into hysterics as we made our way through the awkward scene where Frank and Sarah are stuck together while they listen to their carers hook up. After 6 or 7...